Hi guys, welcome to today's video where we'll be talking about privacy preserved identity on ICP. Why, what problems and use cases does internet identity prefer to the blockchain space or the blockchain ecosystem as a whole? We'll be diving into every itty bitty part of that today. So let's start with understanding first of all, what ICP is itself, right? Our ICP is the Internet Computer Protocol, but IC itself is the Internet Computer. Yeah, so the Internet Computer is revolutionizing how we think about blockchain itself, and we'll dive deep into how that actually happens, right? Just with a bit. Unlike traditional blockchains that mainly handle tokens, ICP lets developer build fully on-chain applications. We'll get to this also. Everything from social media to games to tokens are running 100% on the blockchain. Think of it as a complete computing platform, not just a transaction system. So one of the misconceptions when people think about ICP is that they think, oh, this is a new blockchain that allows people to build tokens or launch, you know, any token projects out there. But that's not the case because on IC itself, on Internet Computer, token transactional part is or financial part is just a little part of what the Internet Computer offers. It's just an application on the IC. You get to understand that when you start to try to build ICRC tokens, you get to understand that you have ledgers. These are things that are hosted for your particular token, right? There is no one single place where everything is recorded and keeping and being kept track of. It is an application on its own, and you can host the application for your own token yourself, and other people can host that on their own token, and everything still has the security and the security and the immutability that traditional blockchains possess. Right, that's the most important thing. So it revolutionized that we stop thinking about blockchain as a transactional system. We start thinking about blockchain as a Web3 cloud, as a place where anything is possible, as a place where you can do anything, as the Web2 system currently is, right? On the Web2 ecosystem, you can do anything. You can't just say you want to build, you, you can't just say, okay, Web2 system is really good for building financial applications. It can be anything from social applications to game to consumer applications and so on and so forth. And that's what ICP brings to the table. It's allowing users or developers in the blockchain ecosystem also have access to that kind of power and that kind of um of 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 solution, right? So if we've talked about that it's next gen, right? And everything you want to do on the IC is actually fully on chain, right? You don't need to rely on Web2 services. You don't need to rely on the Web2 cloud ecosystems. You don't need to rely on things like AWS. You can run everything you want to do on chain, right? The actual applications, funny enough, IC was built with this in mind. And actually applications that are written in C, and you can compile them down to WASM and then post them on the IC and it's going to work. You don't even need to, does not need to be a token, right? That's the essential idea, right? And you can run everything on chain, right? As long as it compiles down to WASM, you can find a way to bring it on IC, right? So, and it's also end-to-end decentralized. So the fact that we are able to do all of these things doesn't mean that you lose decentralization. Doesn't mean that everything is centralized. Everything is still decentralized. The nodes that your application lives on are all decentralized nodes in decentralized subnets, right? They are still decentralized, and the dream of having of decentralizing the internet as it is not been achieved. So let's talk about internet identity, right? Or let's not talk about that first. Let's first talk about or discuss about a very complex problem or a very common problem, not actually a complex problem, but a common problem and complex to solve problem in the blockchain ecosystem, which is the wallet problem, right? Why is this a problem? So, 4 years ago, when I first interacted with the blockchain, I really think that was 6 years ago, right? And I was trying to, I think, buy a token then. That was the time Ethereum was about to blow up, right? So there's a lot of talk out there about blockchain. As a Web2 user, I want to onboard, or actually want to try out dApps on Web3 ecosystem. I have to create a wallet. That was the first time I actually created a wallet. I think I created the MetaMask wallet, and I had to store a series of words, right? The seed phrase itself, store it securely. I didn't know where to put it. If I put it in my book, your words, your book can actually get destroyed or get lost, or you are going somewhere, your book get destroyed. Let's say rain fell on it, and then everything is your safe phrases are gone, right? Oh, let me store it on my computer. Well, someone can hack my computer and get access to files or anything I store on it, or let me encrypt it. A lot of complexities come into that part. As a normal user that doesn't have any idea about what computer is or encryption is, I should be able to use the DApp. I should be able to 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 gain uh the advantage of using the DApp to to be able to use it, to be able to enjoy using it, right? That's one of the things that Web2 applications have that Web3 applications are losing because of the wallet problem. And there's a lot of solutions out there that have come and tried to do this and another that, but they are either losing one aspect in some way or the other. For example, let's say there's a gauge, right? Oh, let's say you are 100% decentralized and secure, right? Okay, then allow users to be able to not have to store seed phrases. Then you lose that decentralization, a little bit of centralization and insecurity is coming into place, but then the user gets uh being able to recover their account or recover their wallet, and it's not really secure. It's not really centralized. They're losing it one way or the other. There's always a centralized piece coming into place to make that work, right? And which we'll be discussing how ICP solves that problem later on. We talk about the complex user experience. I want to use a DApp. I want to enjoy using a DApp. I want to utilize. I want uh, to use it to achieve something, right? I just don't go online checking websites that I don't want to do something. And if I want to do that thing, I should be able to start using it as easy as possible. So, for example, a user wants to use a note-taking application, they shouldn't have to go through this process of creating a wallet, storing the seed phrase, and installing an extension, then having to manage that extension. Okay, what if you are on a browser, let's say you're using Google Chrome on your mobile device, well, you have another issue now again. You have to install another browser that allows you to use extensions and the it's just to use a note-taking app. As simple as that. Like a to-do app is the most simplest thing that can ever come by, right? And it's already that hard to just start having the experience you want to have, right? And there are security vulnerabilities. So I create a wallet today, as I've said before, someone gain access to my book or something, and then that's done for that's all, right? Or someone gain access to my device that I stored the secret phrases, the secret phrases on that's done for, right? And then you have to create multiple wallets for different apps, right? We're in the ecosystem whereby there are different blockchains and all of them have different wallets. Even the application running on the same blockchain might not even support other wallets because they don't integrate it into their system. And you have to create multiple wallets for different decentralized applications. This is a problem, right? You don't need to do this. This is an issue. All of these are all big problems, right? And this complexity has been a major barrier preventing widespread use of blockchain applications and widespread blockchain adoption, right? So let's see what IC does with this. So now we discussed that IC itself is not built on a single, let's focus on token, right? I explained that token is an application itself in the IC. It's a part of it, it's not it, right? It's a part of it. The same way internet identity also exists. It's a part, it's a canister on the IC. It's not the IC itself. The IC allows something like internet identity to exist, right? So what did the definitive thing do? Right. So this is where internet identity comes in. Imagine accessing a blockchain application, right, as easily as you unlock your phone with just your fingerprint or your face ID. Now you don't need to have wallets anymore. You don't need to store seed phrases in your brain. You don't need to be aware of how secure it is or stress yourself trying to understand, oh, where would I store this next, right? You don't do all of those things again. Those things are out of your mind. Internet identity brings the simplicity of modern authentication to blockchain ecosystem using the same secure standards that banks and major tech companies rely on, right? So if you are new to IC itself or the blockchain itself, you can still understand what I'm trying to say here, right? If you have tried to use wallets before, right, and you are new to IC, you don't understand what internet identity is. This is what it is, right? You have browser-based authentication, eliminate extensions. No wallets needed, eliminate wallet and seed phrases. Built on WebAuthn standard, it's a standard that already exists and has been refined by researchers, and it's a standard itself that's actually currently being used on Windows Hello, right? It's built on that, right? It does not create a new standard on its own that needs to go through some vetted process to ensure that it's secure. It's built on the already secure standard, and it's also based on secure hardware integration. So it's not based on the security of this is not based on you having to store seed phrases or private keys somewhere else. It's based on hardware. It's based on your device hardware, right? It's all of these 4 points allows us to be able to utilize internet identity for better user experiences, to be able to use it to manage our own accounts and funds, assets on the blockchain. It allows us to do to scale, right? You don't need you now need to just remove anything regarding identification out of your mind. That's done. You don't need to create multiple wallets anymore. That's done. With a single internet identity, you can access every DApp hosted on the IC. And it's moving also now to multi-chain application usage. With the use of Chain Fusion, we can see applications whereby you can use your internet identity, same identity to access dApps on Solana or access dApps on Ethereum. Right? This is where we are going to. This is the dream. This is the goal, right? So no more chaos, no more password chaos, right? You don't need to think about that anymore. Now with biometric authentication, you can access your wallet, you can access your tokens, you can access any dApps out there. You can use a note-taking app easily. You don't need to install extension anymore because of the simple browser access and the device-based security. Because your device is already highly secure because of the hardware integration on it, your wallet is secured, right? No more seed phrases to remember. Well, your brain is now happy, right? Now there's a free place. When I started using ICP, right, the me having to write seed phrases down has reduced drastically. Only if I want to interact with blockchains like Solana or Ethereum, I still have to write these seed phrases down again. I'm still having a problem on that end, right? So now you don't need to do that anymore with this. So what is internet identity? This is internet identity. It's as simple as that. It's basically a secure decentralized authentication system that still ensures your privacy is being preserved. We'll still get to that later on, and we'll see how privacy is an issue and the solution that internet identity brings into space or brings into the space itself and allows you to still maintain your privacy, accessing blockchain applications. Your identity, your control, right? So here's what makes internet identity special. Every time you use a different applications, you get fresh, unique identity. First, sip that in. Every time you access a new dApp, you get a new identity. You get what that means, a unique identity, meaning something that used to refer to you. Right? Who are you? If you are accessing a web application, you log into Gmail, your email is your identity. That's how they know who you are. It is unique to you yourself, right? If you are accessing a web a dApp on the IC and use internet identity to log in, a unique identity is created to refer to you. They don't need to know exactly who you are. Your privacy is preserved, right? So it's like wearing a different marks for each app you use. This means no one can track your activities across different applications, not even the apps themselves. You are in complete control of your digital footprint, self-sovereign management, unique identity per dApp, no cross-app tracking, complete privacy preservation. You've seen how we've grown from the problem. We've created a solution for that problem. I've created more solution for privacy problems that are already existing, not only in the Web3 space already, but also the Web2 space. Now you're actually accessing that privately. You are now private. You don't need to create a new wallet. An identity is created to represent you every time you access a new dApp with your internet identity. Wow. Just wow. Right. So share what you choose, right? You can decide what you want to share with any other dApp out there. We all need to share information online, one way or the other. I explained earlier on, you want to access an application on the web ecosystem. You might see buttons like sign in with Google, and then you have to approve them to access specific information from your side, right? That's what they tell us anyway. They might be able to get more access to your information offline, making offside deals. We've seen issues whereby Facebook and Google are being dragged around for data theft, right? There and there, right? But it's impossible for that to happen on the IC. And let's see how that works. Whether it is age verification, credentials, or your personal details, right? The internet identity lets you to share exactly what you want to share and nothing more. Think of it like a digital ID card, like a normal passport, but digital, right? Where you can show just your age. So they want to verify if you're over 18. You can show just your age without revealing your address or other personal information. You choose what to share, when to share it, and whom and with whom you want to share it with. This is user control data flow. Now, the DApp does not have access to this to decide what they want to get from you. You as a user can decide what you want to share with them. And it's built on top of a very important standard that has been coming up for the past few years now, which is the decentralized deeds, decentralized identities, right? There's a paper on W3C. I'll share a link in the description of the YouTube video where you can actually find it and get to know about what it has been. I've been talking about this for quite some time now, also on my Twitter account, and how decentralized identity is coming closer than we actually perceive, right? So let's talk about that a little bit more, right? This is what allows internet identity to be built for scale, right? So this isn't just a promising idea. It's not an idea. It's already working, right? If you are new to this space, you're not yet taking advantage of it yet. I'm already taking advantage of it. I have just one identity I use both on my laptop and on my phone, the same identity, right? And then if I access any DApp, wherever I access the DApp, for that particular DApp, I'm having a unique identity to me, right? They can't know other applications I'm accessing. They can't track me, right? So it scales already, right? There are over 2.5 million identities created, and this was about 4 years ago, right? A long time ago, anyways. And then there are over 100K monthly active users, and there's a growing ecosystem of dApps, amount of dApps that are launching every day. Recently, Definity Organization released a list of chain fiction applications that have been built on the IC, and all of them are all using internet identity for authentication, right? It's already been used by a lot of people, a lot of dApps in the ecosystem, and it's built on the W3 standard, right? Which I mentioned earlier, the decentralized identity deeds. We've been doing a lot now. A lot of applications are using it out there. You've seen zero knowledge proofs trying to take advantage of decentralized identities standard and create credentials that can be, proved by other people, right? Same example of age verification, whereby as a user, I don't want them to see my email. I don't want anybody to see where I've been before or who I am. I just want them to be able to verify that I'm over 18, right? And using decentralized identity and ZK proofs can do that. And I think the internet identity already allows us to achieve that level of security and privacy. This is why it's a privacy preserved identity solution, right? I think I've been able to discuss about this, right? So now let's take a step back. We've taken a lot of information already. Let's take a step back and try to understand where we're coming from and where we are, right? We started from the fact that IC itself allows users to build infinite applications on the IC. Well, I won't say infinite itself, but the possibilities of what we were before, right, from the Ethereum solution and where we are now has changed, right? Cost has driven down. What you can do now, what you can dream about doing now is now more. You don't have to build a game, you can build a game fully on chain, right? You don't need to depend on other solutions out there. You want to do this and do that. You have seen AI now coming on chain also, decentralized AI. Models fully hosted on chain on the IT. GPT-2 has been fully hosted on chain by the side AI, right? And other dApps out there, we are growing. And this is not even yet the end. We are still going to scale higher than this, right? By increasing the capacity of what you can do on the IoT. And everything is still decentralized, right? And then we're going to the fact that we understand the wallet problem of how it is not easy, it is complex, it is mind boggling on how you need to manage wallets and seed phrases here and there in the current blockchain ecosystem, and it creates a lot of security issues, user experience issues, and so on and so forth. I know you've seen how the internet identity comes to solve that while still being a privacy preserving, decentralized internet or digital identification solution, right? So you now don't need to think about those anymore. You can easily log in into different apps application like as if you're already using that app by just logging in with your internet identity to try that out and you're good to go. Right? No more password chaos. You can control what you want to share, your identity, your control, user controlled application, user controlled identity sharing, and so on and so forth. And you share what you want to you share what you choose to share with other dApps you access, right? Your credentials, everything is secured to you and it's also built for scale. So we've dived a lot around all of this, and in the coming videos, I'll be talking about other applications built on the IC. I said internet identity is just a single application. Ledgers are single applications, right, on the IC. We'll talk about chain fusion also and how it's trying to revolutionize the space of blockchain interoperability. Thank you.